Alright, let's see how this goes because we all know it's been a hot minute since Maxine's been on the internet. What's up YouTube people, it is Maxine here, and I just want to say Happy New Year! Happy New Year? You do realize it's like February, right? Yeah, but I haven't made a video since last year, so I thought I should at least wish people a happy 2016. Where did your backdrop go? Actually, where did your production value go? Wow, okay, if you just take it back a notch and let me continue this video, I'll be glad to explain why the production value of this video has gone down immensely, as you so kindly pointed out. Well, go on then. Anyways, a lot has happened since we last chatted in December. The first thing being that my sisters moved to the opposite sides of the country and left me here in the middle. With the adjustment of them moving, it also meant that I had to move because I could not afford to live in a 3-bedroom house by myself, because that's a lot of money that I don't have. So after my oldest sister Stephanie left, me and my sister Jackie, we were still living in that house, and our lease was up on the 18th of January. As some of you are aware, I had been looking for a couple months for a place to live because I knew that our lease was up on the 18th and, well, I was gonna be homeless if I couldn't find a place. So I had been looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't find anything. And I was so frustrated because no matter how hard I tried, there still was just absolutely nothing. It was definitely a weird experience for me because I packed up all my stuff and I had absolutely no idea where I was going to unpack my boxes next. Amongst the insanity that was my life of trying to figure out where I'm going to live, if I'm gonna have a place to live, when I'm gonna have a place to live, something else extremely crazy happened. The job that I am working at offered me a full-time management position, and this was good timing and bad timing all in one. It was good timing in the sense of stability and being able to afford to live in a place that I didn't have at this point in time, but it was really bad timing in the sense that on the 18th is when I was sent off to go for training for about 5 days. And the 18th also happened to be the day that my lease was up in the current place that I was living at the time. So, needless to say, I went from being kind of sort of stressed to what is my life and where is it going? I packed all my crap up, I shoved it in my parents' garage because I didn't know what else to do at this point. We pretty much worked all day on the 17th to try to get as much of my crap out as possible because on the 18th, I had to leave at like 6 a.m. to go off to training. I didn't get much sleep that night. I slept for less than 3 hours, got up, and began my journey to go off to training to become a manager. Now, during this time, I honestly had no idea what to expect. I didn't even know what was gonna happen. And so I had my bags packed, and I figured, okay, I'm gonna be living out of a backpack for the next week at least while I am off training. But then I also had to remember that when I came back, I was still gonna need access to other things because I didn't know where I was staying. So in my car, I put all this other stuff that I knew that I would probably need within like the next couple weeks span, but not for training. So my brain was all sorts of confused. I was delirious, didn't get much sleep, and I have all this crap in my car and having to remember this needs to go with me to training, this needs to stay in here for when I get back. So that was a mess. Then for training, me and the girl that I went with, we actually left back to where I live at in Arkansas a day early because there was a snowstorm coming. That in itself was definitely a hot mess, let me tell you. Actually, it was a cold mess, not even a hot mess, because we waited till I got off of work that night. I had to close, and then we drove back, and so I got off at like 10 and had to go pack all my stuff up real quick. We left, and the weather went from slush rain to ice and snow to straight on snow. We were on the highway and everything's slippery, and so everybody on the highway was going like 20 miles an hour, but we had to get home that night because we had it set up to where we would do our last day of training in the store that we actually work at, and I had to open that morning. By the time we got home, it was past midnight, and by the time I got to go to bed, it was past 1 a.m. I had to be at work by 7:30 in the morning. So again, really tired. It was really weird because I knew I didn't have a set place that I was going to be living at, and so I ended up staying at my parents' house. I had still been looking for a place to live, been looking all over, couldn't find anything. It was so frustrating to know that I was incapable of moving anywhere because I could not find an actual place to live. We had stopped by these apartments, and I paid the amount to put in my application, and they said that they weren't going to have anything available for like a week or two. So I was like, alright, well at this point I got nothing, might as well. And then the next morning I got a call from the apartment complex, and they're like,
hey, we have an apartment that just opened up. If you want to come in and bring your deposit in today, it is yours.
So I went, I got that deposit money, put it down, and that same day I just basically moved my bed over here, and I took my backpacks along because at this point I'd been living out of my backpacks for like 2 weeks, and so brought them along, and I stayed the night at my new place, and it's just been a whirlwind ever since because I haven't stopped working in between this. Like, I'm still working full-time and then trying to get all my crap over here. I'm still living out of some boxes right now. It's looking a lot better, but it's still a hot mess. So that's why I've had all this insanity going on, and I haven't talked to you all, and I'm sorry I haven't talked to you all. I really wanted to, but I knew if I put anything else on my plate, my brain might just completely explode, and then I wouldn't be able to do anything. I will say that if you all want to see an apartment tour, let me know in the comments down below, and I will definitely do one this time. So that's all for this video. So stay fresh and bye!